Hey traders, how are we all doing? It is Tuesday, 9:30 in the evening pretty much. So New York Open is pretty much now, and I'm just eyeing off the Euro Aussie. So a friend of mine in Tasman who trades, he alerted me to this, and I've got the weekly chart up, and it is interesting. So I've got some support and resistance zones here. It's tested this resistance zone quite a few times and has fallen down. Just go home here. I was just watching some Bloomberg work today. So look, I've been monitoring the charts, and there's a lot of mean reversion going on. What I did this week was I pumped the brakes. I wasn't too keen, and I really wanted the charts to prove themselves to me, if they were breaking down. So we've got the EURAUD. This has been interesting. I sort of watched this a little bit, and this candle here, I didn't particularly like it. You really want it closing like this, like pretty much right on the low is where the close is. It popped up a little bit because I've been really keen on just letting things play out into the New York session, seeing what happens there during the Open, and sort of going from there. But yeah, it is interesting. It sort of bounced. Really respect that level too. Like, as you can see, it's you did drive down there a little bit, but sort of that's a bullish signal there, and then it took off again. I held and then took off again. So we'll see if it wants to play that range game that it has sort of done. It's held sideways considerably long now. This current daily candle isn't a great sign, but we'll see. We'll see what it wants to do. So I think kind of took this as like a box trade. So you box that up, and then a breakdown, and then you just get to the low of that candle or a couple of pips below, and then sort of go from there. The spread's pretty tight as well. It's like 2 pips or so, less than 2 pips. So that's pretty good. But yeah, so that's a potential idea on the Euro Aussie to sell that. But again, it's got to prove itself, and that daily candle has to close a little bit closer to the low there. Right there, it's 50-50, and to me, that's not a valid entry. So I'm going to pass on that for now, but that is a bit of a watch. Now, I was talking about the pound US dollar as a potential sell trade, but with the caveat that you've got to just let it prove itself, and it hasn't really quite done that, and it has not broken below. Now, I discussed this, and it hasn't done that, and it sort of looks like it's rallying a little bit now. So we'll see. we'll see what happens here, but there's no setups yet. And again, same with the euro as well. So nice little bounce off support, sort of established itself with a lot of wiki candles. So you've just honestly, like, I understand. I'm a trend trader, and you're like, wow, this is downtrending. It is, but unless a friend of mine, he sold here, and he's held the whole time. That's a valid strategy, but that is, people do that. Who knows? I mean, the downtrend right now was here, but it's very much stubborn, and you've got to sort of look at it like this. Is the European economy, is it terrible? Well, some parts of it is, but not everywhere. And is the US economy going great? There's a few factors to consider, but it's just steady. So there's no great news from either economy, and it's sort of reflected in the price action a little bit. So I'm just going to have to pause on that and no trade. But I just want to, probably the primary watch is the Euro Aussie. If we can get a close here, I should have done a live video on this really, but it's not sort of worth it because there's no actual trade. Like, I took the AUDCAD trade, sell trade, which was a little eager there, but I like to capture things just so I can review them as well. I might just have a look at the AUDCAD and see what it's doing. Yeah, nice little pop up there. And, that's mean reversion as well. Alright, I think that's about it, guys. So EURAUD is the primary watch for this week. There's a potential sell trade. We'll see though. I'll continue to monitor this. I'll probably continue monitoring this until the next candle closes. Well, it'll be this one at 1 AM. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.